Okay, dude, welcome. First interview of the day for us. Starting off strong.
My first interview of the day.
Oh!
So,
It's all downhill for all of us.
yeah,
which is, Hey, this is an interesting thing. Normally when we're in Sydney, we're sort of like midway through the festival, whereas this year, you guys did a weekend and then this is like the last one.
Yeah.
How's the first two shows been for you?
They've been awesome. It's kind of interesting having, like you said, this big block in between where we didn't have anything. So we just got back from New Zealand last night.
Okay.
We were in Auckland and then Wellington, just did some club shows.
Yeah.
To sort of break it up and not have just 6 days off, although that would be nice.
Did you get any downtime in New Zealand to venture around?
So we had downtime in Auckland, but I just didn't do shit.
Is that self-preservation?
Exactly. Well, also, Brisbane was rad, but it was crazy hot.
Yeah, it's Brisbane.
And it was like, humidity fine, but we just got roasted on the stage. So I think that everybody kind of needed like a full day
To
recuperate
recuperate.
from that.
Yeah.
So I kept making these plans to go do something interesting in Auckland, and I was like,
Or I could
just relax.
Yeah.
no aircon.
What?
At the hotel we had.
Dude, god damn.
Yeah.
You need to talk to your manager.
Yeah.
We'll send a strongly worded email for
No,
you.
it was fine. It was like quite temperate and like not hot.
Okay.
Wellington was beautiful. But yeah, the Melbourne and Brisbane festivals were super fun.
It's such an interesting festival because it's a varied lineup, all leaning towards heavy stuff for the most part. How do you guys feel fitting in on that lineup in the bill?
I think we don't fit in very well.
I don't want to say that, but I'm
Do you
wanting
see
you to
that-
say.
Do you see that as a strength though for you guys? You know, because we've spoken to bands before who have been the odd one out, so to speak. And number one, they see it as a challenge, and number two, a lot of them see it as a way to be a little bit more memorable in a lineup that is so heavy leaning. That one band that's a little bit sort of left of center can really leave a lasting impact.
So for us, man, our whole career has been not fitting in.
Sure.
Because we started out sort of in a much more indie rock kind of pitchfork world. Like we were over here, the last time we did a traveling festival in Australia was Wayne Wing.
Yeah.
And we didn't fit on that shit either. Because it was all like churches and grimes and like stuff that were friends of ours, but like we were way more aggressive than any other band on the bill, other than like I think Mets played and Dive played, just like some like guitar music.
Yeah.
But by and large, it was sparkly indie pop.
Yeah.
And so there were a chili pepper in the candy dish too, and so then here we come over.
Chili pepper in the candy dish.
Yeah.
Stealing that.
I'm also going to do that to you. Offer you candy, put a little chili. That's just what
I
happens.
don't mind spicy food though. What do you prefer, spicy or like sweet and sour sort of stuff?
When I was younger, I would have said spicy, but now I think like I have like a crazy sweet tooth now.
Really?
Yeah.
That's
I like
interesting.
you. Yeah.
Most people get more sweet conscious as they get older, and they're like, I should keep away
Yeah,
from
but
that.
I had to like quit drinking. So when I quit drinking, I was like, well, I guess I could eat some ice cream.
That's the trade-off right there. Yeah.
See that? Anyone out there who needs to quit drinking, you can just go to ice
I
cream.
also feel like ice cream is
By
more
and large-
accessible at breakfast.
I got way more healthy, so that I was just like, occasionally like on tour, I'd be like, all right, I'll allow myself some sweets.
Indulge. Yeah. Yeah, I feel like waffles with ice cream is way more accepted than waffles with beer.
Yeah,
So-
for sure.
But I will say, as far as heavy music goes, this moment right now, like I think that the sort of resurgence that metal and new metal and all these things have had with younger people makes it less transgressive for a band to be an odd man out on this kind of show.
Yeah.
Because if you're playing with Slayer, it's always impossible. It's like, they're just gonna yell Slayer while you play. But,
Yeah.
15 years ago, 10 years ago, people fucking yell at you and
Yeah.
boo you and everything. And
Yeah,
now
throw shit and all that sort of stuff.
there's a lot more open-mindedness.
Yeah.
You're absolutely right. We talked about this in the way down, of being like people picking lineups and how to put a festival together, and it doesn't seem to be as like, well, this is the rules you have to fit into now. The odd bands out, there isn't really odd bands out as much anymore. Like, there's an audience for everything, and I feel like there's a real cool crossover because of the acceptance towards, I guess, guitar-driven
It
music.
creates more
Yeah.
opportunities, I think, as well. Like, it gives an opportunity for exposure between genres, and, as we can see with collaborations like yourself have done, that crossing of genres and mixing of bands that you wouldn't expect to see work together has become so common now. It's such a good thing.
And people are so much more open-minded now in terms of, because a lot of these bands are heavy but have really melodic choruses and are using like synthesizers on parts and all these things that used to kind of be verboten in heavy music. The one thing that's hardest for me that I just am acutely aware of is that, like, I don't yell at the crowd. And we just kind of started doing heavy music festivals more. We did a bunch this summer in Europe, and it's like, you guys probably don't even notice it because it's just the language of how you
communicate.
And you engage the audience. You're
giving that intensity up,
and you're recruiting them to let you know, you're letting them know that you're excited to be there. And I've always just kind of done like not a lot of crowd banter, sort of more like a sterile, sort of strange separation.
Yeah.
And I'm just, every breakdown, every bridge between songs, I can hear every band going like, "What's up, motherfuckers?" and it works.
Yeah, it does.
And it's just I don't know how to do it yet.
We actually talked about that with Noah from Bad Omens when they're out recently, because he's always had a kind of a similar sort of approach in the past, being a bit more drawn. And he's like, I'm just trying to like have more fun with it and do that now, which is a really interesting thing.
And that's the biggest key to it. Is it's like, and I know Noah, he's like a soft-spoken guy, you know. So it's not his demeanor to like, let's get fucking hyped, but it's like dogs or bees or whatever, they can smell fear, you know. So if you do it and you're not comfortable, they're just like, nah.
Yeah.
But I think it is a thing of when you express it as a way of just showing that you're excited to be there, it makes everybody sort of relaxed.
And have you guys, so when you get added to a heavier festival like this, obviously your sound is progressing, and you know, I've heard interviews where you're leaning a little bit more into that sort of stuff now, and it gives you more opportunities to play more varied sort of styles of shows. But in terms of a set list, when you play something like Knotfest, are you conscious of that, and is there an effort to sort of cater to your audience, or is it a case of we want to do our thing the best way we can, and just if you love it, that's great?
No, we absolutely are cognizant of trying to play within the means that we have available to us. Like, we're finishing a new record now that I think if we'd had a lot of those songs ready, would have worked really well for this. It's kind of a heavier leaning up-tempo record. But I mean, I guess it's different for different bands, but I just don't subscribe to the idea of like, oh, fuck the audience, I do whatever I want. I think even when bands say they do that, they're full of shit.
Yeah.
Like, if you really didn't care what anybody thought, like, why did you release the music? You could just make it at home and then just like have it just be just for you. So, no, we're very aware of curating the set list to be like representative of us, but something that we think will keep energy up, and we want the whole day to be great for the people that paid to be here. So it's like we get 30 minutes, hopefully it injects something new in the day and they don't hate it. I think the biggest thing that I noticed for us in a setting like this is just like, I don't scream. So I think that's the hardest part.
The biggest difference between you guys and the other acts.
It's just not how I sing. So even bands that have melodic sections, they still have a lot of aggressive vocals.
Yeah.
And so that, I think, is the biggest.
Would it help if during your set Johnny just ran on stage and screamed randomly every now and again and then ran off?
If you want, I can run out between songs and just say, "Fuck you, motherfuckers," and then run off.
So I had actually floated this idea to Hate Read, and Jamie was like, "Oh yeah, I'll do it," but it didn't work out. Where I'm just gonna bring in a ringer and just have him come out and be like,
I feel like Jamie's got a bit more credibility than Johnny though. It's, maybe that's the better
I was even talking about, we have some heavy music festivals that we're doing in the US, and like, you know, we've done a bunch of shit with Lamb of God. Like, I'm just gonna text Randy and be like, can you just send me like a fucking like a FaceTime thing of you being like, alright fuckers, and then
put it up on the screen behind
we'll just play that on the jumbotron.
Or you just hold your phone up to the microphone.
As just like a bona fide of just like, hey, we're
legit.
Yeah.
You guys just need another member. You know, like in rap music, like you always watch those rap music videos, right? And you've got the one dude that throughout the song is going, yeah. Oh, you need that, but with a motherfucker.
Yeah, we need Joe C from Kid Rock, R.I.P.
Yeah, we all need a bit of Joe C in our lives. I've always said that. Alright, we talked before about like not fitting in the bands you guys have played with. What's an artist that you guys would love to collaborate with? You think's a little left of field for people? What's someone you'd be like, oh, this would be a sick thing to do?
Well, for me personally,
You personally.
The Cure.
Oh, I could see that though.
That would be my.
The whole Cure or just like Robert?
I mean, I would love it to be the whole Cure, but Robert is. I mean, I love the bass playing, and I know the last record was like not him playing the guitar as much, but mostly I want his voice.
Okay, yeah.
And the last collab record, I tried a bunch to make an Iggy Pop collab happen.
Oh,
and,
shit.
Because he knows us and has played us on his radio show and shit, and I like wrote 2 songs that I thought would fit with his voice, and so I was really trying to make that would be like a dream one.
Maybe down the track, you've already written them. It'd be like the re-release.
We've been known to help bands manifest this sort of stuff. It's we've had a few bands that we've asked what's an artist that you'd love to play with, and they've told us, and then they've ended up playing with those bands.
Like within a year or 2.
Yeah.
It's nothing to do with us, it's just happened.
It's
so,
just right.
It's just put it out in the universe.
Like the Secret or some shit.
That's it, yeah.
I want to know, what's an album that you, like, anniversary tours are a huge thing. What's an album that you would love to see a band perform front to back live in its entirety?
Hey, you got Hate Breed doing in full today. What's an artist you'd love to see?
I'm trying to think. If I restrict myself in the heavy world, or just whatever I
you
want.
can do whatever you want.
You can be the
Choose
Cure.
anything.
Fuck, it's the Cure. I missed it when they did Disintegration in its entirety.
Yeah.
So I would love to see that. And I'm trying to think. Anybody who's been like kind of playing recently. We just did Deftones Festival in San Diego, and I would love to just see them do White Pony.
Oh, absolutely.
100%.
God damn, that's
Yeah.
a great answer.
And they played a lot of it, but that's one that I really loved.
I feel like those things, like when bands play, like, oh, we play a lot of that. It makes like the B-sides and the tracks that don't quite hit, like, I feel like they're more important to hear because you never get to hear them.
Well, the cool thing is also, I think I've realized now with those kind of shows, is like, then they play the hits afterwards too. Like if they didn't hit something on that record, then they play those songs.
100%.
See, the thing is, though, if they did White Pony and they did Passenger, they would have to have Maynard come out and do his parts
That's
as well.
true.
Yeah, because that's non-negotiable.
Yeah.
And I don't know how.
Righto, Johnny. You're running that one, are you, mate? You hear me, Maynard?
Yeah.
Fuck, that would be one. Tool.
Yeah.
Because as much as I love Tool, like, they play whatever the fuck they want.
Yeah.
So if it was like,
Well,
I think for me, I think it would probably be Enema.
I really thought it was going to be louder. Okay.
See, like for John and my band, it would be Lateralis.
Okay, yeah.
I like pop songs.
Sure.
It's cool. I just like jam
Structure.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Very good.
Well, dude, we're stoked to have you here. It's been a long time since we've been playing our shows. So,
we're stoked to be back. We love it here. We're trying to get the fuck out of our country and move here or something.
we'll see what we can do. More manifesting to do.
Thanks so much, dude.
Thank you guys.